know for me and my family, Thanksgiving really starts the holiday season. I hope all of you had a chance to enjoy your Thanksgiving and the long weekend. And as we head into the holiday season, just recognizing that we have this Christmas tree here, but we also are going to acknowledge some of the other traditions that celebrate during the month of December in their own unique ways. I also want to acknowledge that this holiday season might be a little more challenging than usual. We're continuing to see costs go up. I know that Thanksgiving dinner for many families was more expensive than usual. That's going to be the case for holiday meals as well as holiday shopping. And so I want to continue to call on Arizonans to be generous, like they always are, and help those who might need it during this challenging time. And with that, I really want to wish all of you a joyous, peaceful holiday season, however you celebrate, and really glad to kick off this morning with all of you. Thanks.
One, two, three, four.
me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que le traje de Tepic. Cuando me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que le traje de Tepic.
Opportunity to play for you. Thank you. And this is your dollars helping out here at Tolleson High School. This is what's going on with our mariachi. Thank you again. Thank you.
One more round of applause. All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Governor Hobbs, Chairman Clark from the Wallapai Nation, tribal council members from the Wallapai Nation, colleagues, friends, parents, good morning. I'm Thomas Torres. I'm the director of the Department of Forestry and Fire Management, and I get the honor every year of helping to select the Christmas tree. And this year we have a real beauty. Behind me stands a remarkable and beautiful pinyon pine, an iconic southwestern species that defines our landscape in quiet but powerful ways, especially in the northern part of our state, near the Grand Canyon and on the Wallapai Nation. Pinyon trees are not fast-growing, they're not flashy. They grow slowly, deliberately, often in rugged country, where soil is thin, water is scarce, and conditions are unforgiving. Yet they endure for generations. Their twisted trunks and evergreen needles tell the story of patience, persistence, adaptation, and balance with the land. They mostly have rounded forms and multiple main stems. This tree behind me does not have that. This tree behind me is a perfect Christmas tree specimen and a true gift from the Wallapai Nation. It's very unusual. Just believe me, I've been around a lot of trees in my career. This one is a special tree. For thousands of years, pinyon pine forests have sustained life in this region, providing food through their pinyon pine nuts, shelter for wildlife, and cultural significance for tribal communities. This particular pine tree comes from the Wallapai tribal lands about 30 miles northeast of Peach Springs and about 15 miles south of the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. You know, with over 1 million acres of diverse ecosystem on their lands, the Wallapai have tremendous forest resources. And I have learned during this process that the Wallapai are known as the people of the tall trees. Believe me when I tell you, if you ever visit their lands, you will know why. Beautiful country, beautiful trees. You know, over the past few months, our forestry team, led by Travis Aldridge from Flagstaff, worked closely with the Wallapai tribal leadership and Wallapai Forestry and Fire Director Raven Honga, who couldn't be here today, unfortunately, to identify several potential trees. And then we go out and we take a look. And during our visit in late October, Chairman Clark and I and several members of the council were out there. We went to see the initial tree that was identified. And then we sort of looked over and we said, what about that one? It was a few hundred feet away, and it was like, it was calling us. We quickly went over there, Chairman Clark and the rest of the team said, that's the tree. End of discussion, and that's how this tree ended up here today. You know, from the initial conversation with the tribal leadership to the selection, harvesting, and delivery of the tree, it's a true partnership at every step. And once the tree is delivered, the ADOA team here do a remarkable job standing up and decorating it. And I just want to recognize Joe Bellina for your work. You've been doing it for many years, and it's a fantastic piece of work. Thank you so much. You know, in government, we like to use phrases like shared stewardship, cross-jurisdictional cooperation, but today those concepts are not theoretical. They're standing right here behind me. The tree is a result of tribal leadership, forestry professionals, equipment operators, and state staff all aligning around a common purpose to share something meaningful with the people of Arizona. You know, during wildfire season, we often see forests under stress and communities at risk, but moments like this remind us of what good stewardship makes possible: healthy forests, safer landscapes, and traditions that bring our people together. This pinyon pine tree grew through drought, wind, cold winters, and hot summers. Now it stands at the heart of our state government, soon to be illuminated by Governor Hobbs as a symbol of cooperation and shared responsibility. I want to sincerely thank Chairman Clark and the Wallapai tribal members that are here today for your generosity and leadership in sharing this tree with all Arizonans. Chairman and council members, this is more than a holiday gift. It's an offering of culture and kindness. Thank you. Governor Hobbs, thank you for your continued leadership and support of partnerships like this, and for your continued commitment to forest health, wildfire resilience, and meaningful collaboration with our tribal nations. And finally, on behalf of all the employees at the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management, I want to thank you for letting us be part of this tradition, and happy holidays. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Before I start, good morning, Gamuja. It is good to see everybody. And once again, I'll steal it from Mr. Torres, but a round of applause for each and every one of you. I could see the gleam of proudness right here with your leader. So once again, congratulations. Amazing. Before we get started, we're going to start off with a quick blessing from Councilman Pete Imus. Councilman Imus, if you could join us up here.
You can all stand.
Thank you, Councilman Pete Imus, for that blessing, the blessing of our tree, our Christmas tree, our holiday tree. Before I get started, Governor Hobbs, thank you. Governor Hobbs' team, staff, thank you as well. And to my colleagues, the Tribal Council that are here, it is good to see each and every one of you. Also, members of our tribal community of the Wallapai tribe, and our elders who bring down the wisdom down to our children, and to those that are joining us at Wallapai at the Peach Springs. It is good to see you. I wish everybody was here to join us, but the spirit of the season is definitely here. You could feel it, and started off very well this morning. Thank you once again. And we're also joined by John McDonald, our lobbyist, as well. Mr. Torres, it is good to see you as well. Before we get started, would also like to recognize our veterans. I know last month we celebrated Veterans Day, but each and every day we have to thank our veterans for the service that they do, the freedoms that we have today, each and every one of our veterans, from your community to our community. Definitely, and like I mentioned, our elders, our youth. It's about each and every one of our persons, people out there. Earlier you mentioned the people of the tall pines. That is definitely what the Wallapai tribe is about. Now, the selecting of the tree, Mr. Torres had hit a little about that, but it wasn't just like that. It was three options. Three options. But it first started with the governor's great invitation to be here, to have that tree here. We were very honored with Governor Hobbs and that kind gesture. Tribal Council wasn't even a second thought. The community definitely moved by this fine gesture that the governor has started. A tradition that I hope continues because it's from our backyard. It's a natural resource, it's just like Mr. Torres had talked about. Now, the options after the approval was, okay, we're going to pick up 3 trees in the community or out in the forest of the tall pines. We didn't even get to option number 2. We didn't even get to option number 3. But as Mr. Torres had mentioned, we looked at option number 1. I don't want to say it was the Charlie Brown of the trees, but it was a moment where we're like, okay, we need to get to option number 2. Councilman Imus, who just gave us a blessing, walked away. I had no idea where he went. Happened to look over at Councilman Imus. Looks like he was in a moment of prayer. Got done, walked over to Councilman Imus, and he said, "This is the tree." Everybody from the crew from the state and our tribal foresters got together and said, you know what? That is the tree. This is the tree. So, it took a lot of process. It was like described from a Christmas movie. How are we going to get the tree here? Remember, a couple weeks ago, we had that cold front that went through. That was the challenging part, to get this tree here. We survived that. It was very muddy, back roads on our reservation roads out there. We got the tree. We got a blessing from Councilman Imus and one of our community elders, Cheryl Beecher, who blessed this tree before it started its journey right here to the state capitol. But before I talk about the capitol, I would like to thank the governor. The governor for your continued support of all the 22 tribes. Now, many might not remember this, but a couple months back, our flag was removed, wrongfully removed. Not just our flag, but the other 21 tribes of the 22 tribes were removed. The governor, in your great gesture, has these flags here. They are secured here, and we will forever be grateful of our governor. Governor, thank you for protecting our flags of the 22 tribes. A round of applause for that. Now, as I mentioned, the journey got here for the tree. A blessing. It was a moving blessing because this tree is about the people of the tall pines. You hit about it a little on the meaning of our tree. For the Wallapai people, as you stated, it is a source of nutrition, source of food, the pine nuts, the piñons. It is also a blessing of medicine. This tree provides medicine for our people. For each and every one of us here in the state, it provides warmth. Warmth in your house, cooking for your house. So this tree is not only special to the Wallapai people, but to the people of this great state. For that, it is an honor, not just for our tribe, but for other tribes that have represented the tree here, thanks to the tradition that has started from our great governor, Governor Hobbs. Round of applause once again, Governor Hobbs. With that, I know that we are all anticipating for the light of the tree, to officially start the holiday. Yes, today is December 1st, and yes, today is the start of a blessing. Definitely the blessing that has started here. With that, it is an honor to be here, and thank you once again, Governor Hobbs.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rabbi Emily Langowitz, and I am joined by our local community leader, a colleague, and also a dear friend, Tracy Leonard Warner. And we're so honored to be here this morning representing the Jewish faith and our celebration of Hanukkah during this month. You'll hear in a moment Tracy's talent speaks for itself. I know why she's here. I want to believe that I'm here because of my astounding spiritual leadership in the community. But my wife works for the governor, and someone went to her and said, "We need a rabbi." And she said, "I got a rabbi." So here I am. In a little under 2 weeks, the evening of Sunday, December 14th, Jewish people around Arizona and across the world will mark the first of 8 nights of the Festival of Lights of Hanukkah. And on that night, Jews around the world and across Arizona will light the lights of a menorah, a symbol of bringing hope and joy into a season where the days are shortest and the nights are longest. And in Hebrew, we call this lighting of the lights of the menorah Pirsum Hanes, the publication of the miracle, the miracles that happened to our people thousands of years ago, and the light that continues to offer miracles to us today here in this moment. Now, you may wonder, what exactly is the miracle that we are publicizing? And as the old saying goes, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. So we probably could come up with 4 or 5 between the 2 of us. So unsurprising, there are multiple stories of what the miracle of Hanukkah is, where the lighting of these lights comes from. One story is that the Jewish people living at the time in the land of Israel and under foreign rule were struggling, were oppressed, were unable to practice their religion, and how meaningful it is that we are here celebrating all of our faiths in a country that honors us for each and every one of them. And at that time, a small band of Maccabees stood up and fought back. So the miracle was, according to this story, that this tiny band of brave soldiers were able to triumph over their oppressors. The miracle of bravery, a miracle of the small against the mighty. But then another story tells us that no, that wasn't the miracle. The miracle was that when they finally returned to their temple in Jerusalem, and they saw that all of the lamps had been destroyed and that there was no oil left to light the sacred lamps, they looked and they said, there's only 1 day's worth of oil left. But they hoped for a miracle, and they lit the lamps anyway. And lo and behold, that oil lasted for 8 days. So there, the miracle is a miracle of hope, a miracle of the possibility that that which is little will continue to sustain us, even in difficult times. So both miracles, a miracle of courage, a miracle of the small against the oppressors, and the miracle of light, of hope, of belief, they coexist. And to me, maybe that's the miracle that we need to publish this year. That there are space in our lives for all of our stories, for all of our truths to exist at the same time, for hope and courage to live together. And so we hope that this miracle will share not just among the Jewish people, but among all of you, that there is, as we see at this event today, space for all of our truths and all of our stories. And we want to offer to you all the blessing that we will sing on the first night of Hanukkah. It is a blessing called Shehechianu, and it means, "Blessed are you, Eternal One, ruler of all, who has given us life and sustained us and brought us to this very moment where we can celebrate all of our stories and all of our truths." Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Patience Tickholm, and I am the proud owner of the Valley's first and only Nigerian food truck called Las Gidi Cafe. It is truly an honor to be here today. Before we get started, I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of my native tongue called Yoruba. So I'm going to say Ekaro, and you guys will say it back. All right? Ekaro. 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 Ekaro is a greeting for good morning. That is Yoruba, and it is part of the tribe that I am from in Nigeria. Nigeria is known as the Giant of West Africa, and we're found on the western coast of Africa. Today, I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a celebration that holds a deep meaning for Black people across the diaspora. Founded in 1966, by Dr. Karenga during a time when African Americans were searching for cultural grounding, unity, and pride in the aftermath of the Watts Rebellion. He created Kwanzaa as a way for us to reconnect with African heritage, honor our community values, and build traditions that reflect who we are. Kwanzaa lasts for 7 days, beginning December 26th to January 1st. And each day centers around one of the 7 principles. Starting with umoja, say it with me, umoja, which means unity. This one's a little hard. Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, which means purpose. Kuumba, which is creativity, and last but not least, imani, which means faith. These principles are not just symbolic. They are a blueprint for strengthening Black communities wherever we are in the world. For those of us in the African diaspora, especially here in Arizona, Kwanzaa provides something many people don't realize that we often lack: a shared cultural space, a space that affirms our identity, honors our ancestors, and unites African Americans, Africans, Afro-Caribbeans, and Afro-Latinos. It reminds us that even though our journeys and histories may differ, we are connected by resilience, culture, and purpose. In 2024, we took an important step in Arizona. I launched our first Kwanzaa Festival, an event created by and for our community. We wanted something that wasn't just ceremonial, but truly celebratory. Food, music, storytelling, small businesses, and education about each principle. What we witnessed was powerful. Families brought their children to learn about Kwanzaa, what many of us didn't grow up being taught. Elders shared memories and wisdom, and the festival became a bridge between generations and cultures within our Black community. Because of that impact, we're expanding this year. So this year's Kwanzaa Festival will be bigger, more inclusive, and even more intentional about celebrating the richness of the African diaspora. We're bringing in more cultural performances, more opportunities for Black-owned businesses to thrive, and more educational moments that help Arizonans understand that Kwanzaa is not just a religious holiday. It's a cultural celebration rooted in unity, purpose, and collective growth. As Arizona continues to grow in diversity, which we see here today, it is important that celebrations like Kwanzaa are recognized and supported, not just for the tradition, but for what they bring to our state: community connection, cultural pride, economic opportunity, and a strengthened sense of belonging. So I hope to see you guys there. Thank you all for your time, and thank you for supporting the voices, culture, and contributions of Black people across the diaspora here in Arizona. It is an honor, the honor of my life, to be a part of this work. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everyone again for being here. Thank you, Chairman Clark and members of the Wallapai community for making the long journey to be here and for gifting this beautiful tree. I am so thankful that we started this tradition my first year as governor. Receiving a tree from one of our tribal communities, it's such a great opportunity to honor your stewardship and also just celebrate the partnership between the tribes and the state. Thank you, Director Torres, for your leadership ensuring that we have a Christmas tree every year, and certainly Department of Administration, whose work often goes unseen. I still want to know how you get this tree in here. And thank you so much to our speakers for sharing with us about your faith traditions. And with that, and thank you to the Towson High School Mariachi Band for your amazing music and sharing that with us too. With that, let's light this tree. Help me count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe if you guys could move your stands off to the side, and then I think AUA is going to bring the podium. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. I think it's on the other side of the tree over there.
Santa time. I caught her down in the lobby. She said, "It is not a seasonal decoration. It is a Christmas tree." So I had a lot of fun with that.
That is really fun.
How are you? Jan Brewer officially christened I never saw her happier than that moment.
I know.
6 years as governor, the happiest she ever got.
Okay, listos. No yawning. This is exciting. This is news happening, or something like that. I don't know.
Did you see the kid in the mariachi band that was yawning in the background?